Okay, so this is linear programming, and under linear programming, there are terminologies that you need to understand. So the first one here is at least. So this at least will mean greater, sorry, to face this side, greater or equal to. So let's say if you're talking about x, so you say x is greater or equal to. If it's y, you say y is greater or equal to. Okay, whatever value that you have. Okay, if it's 4, it's greater or equal to 4, just like that. Okay, it means greater or equal to. Hopefully you understand. The sign is right here. And when we talk about at most, or the second one is at most is the opposite of at least. So this will just look like this, less or equal to. So if you're talking about x, so if you're talking about x, you say x is less or equal to whichever number is there, okay? And also y, if it's y, you say y is less or equal to. So this is what at most means. We go to exceed. This exceed, I'm not going to talk much more about exceed, because exceed is the same as this. Okay, exceed and at least, they're the same. The same at least works, that's the same exceed works. We go to not exceed. Not exceed will move with this one. So the way at most works is the same way not exceed works. There is another thing that is very important, okay, which is mostly used in linear programming, which is altogether. So when they say altogether, meaning you get your x, if there is an item that is representing x, that is being represented by x, so you say x plus y. Here, this is where we use a plus, okay? It's more like a addition of whatever you're talking about. You add them, okay? So, so these are some of the basic things that you must be aware of. Okay. So now let me look at the exam question which I have here with me. Hopefully you can read it. So check. Try to study the exam question and see the way of answer. All right. Okay. So the first inequality here is right here. So how did I know that this is the first one? Because there is a statement which says he wishes to order fresh supplies and finds that he has room for up to 900 bottles. So the capacity of the room is 900, meaning brand A or brand X and Y, when you put them together, the capacity that the room can hold is or can keep is 900. So that's how I came up with this inequality. Okay. We go to number two. Number two here, they're saying he knows that brand A is more popular and so decides to order at least twice as many bottles of brand A. Twice. Twice means two. So start with two before you figure out what you're supposed to put here. So they have said of brand A, so twice of brand A, and at least we know we said it's greater. Okay? And then the question continues as, or the statement continues as brand B. So you put your Y right here. So we know what at least means. Where is it? It's the first one here. It means greater or equal to. So this is a sign I've used right here. The next one here, they are saying he wishes, however, to have at least 100 bottles of brandy B. So we know brand B is being presented by Y. So we say Y, okay, is greater, at least it's greater, okay, that greater or equal to 100. The last inequality will look like this. And not more than, we said not more than, it's supposed to be less. So we say X, okay, that's brand A, is less or equal to 700. So these are the four inequalities they want us to write. Hopefully it's clear with you now. So you can even now put them on your graph paper before you start graphing. Okay. So they will look like this. So this is how the inequalities you will look. You put it on the graph paper, and mind you, when graphing, remember to use a pencil. But to make you guys see what is going on, I have to use a pen. Okay. All right. So the next question here, they have given us a scale. Okay, which is using a scale of 2 centimeters. We know that each box here is 2 centimeters. This side going up here, it's 2 centimeters to represent 100 bottles. Okay, as each axis, on each axis, draw x and y axis for 0 is less or equal to x less or equal to 900 and 0 is less or equal to y less or equal to 900 respectively, and shade the unwanted region. Indicate clearly the region where the solution of the inequalities lie. All right, so here for this one, mostly in most cases with linear programming, you start with the bottom line here. Okay, the bottom line. Okay, hopefully you can see my bottom line there. The bottom line. Okay, second from the first. Okay, and then you do your line up to here. Okay, like that. Remember to use a pencil like that up to here. Okay, so we know that 0 is right here. They said 100 units, 2 centimeters. So from here to here is 2 centimeters. So you start with 100, you move in hundreds. Next is 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and 900 right here. Okay, so this is x-axis. We are done with x-axis. We now go to y-axis. So y-axis join just like this, going up. Okay, so you go up like that. Okay, so here we have 0 also in hundreds. So the first is 100, 200, 300, 400. Okay, 500, 600, 700, 800. Yeah. Lastly, I need to put a little bit of some space for 900. Lastly, it's a 900 right here, and this is our y-axis. Okay, so upon doing this, okay, upon doing this, you check the inequalities that you have. Okay, so these are the inequalities we have. So let me use this right here. The first one is over here. So this is the first one. Hopefully you see it. X plus c, y is less or equal to 900. So for this one, meaning you just pass on both axes at what? At 900. So we go to y-axis at 900. This is where the line will pass. X-axis, it also passes at 900. Where is the 900? It's right here. This is where the 900 is. So now you can put your ruler like this, x-axis or y-axis at 900 and x-axis also at 900, and do your graph or your line like that. So this is what we are getting. It's passing at 900, if you can see. Now they said it's less. Okay, so if you look at this line, which part is less? The bottom part. This is less. Okay, this side is less. Okay, also here you say this side is less. Now we shade the opposite. We shade the greater, because we don't want the greater. We shade the opposite like this. You see, this is how we do this one. Okay, so up to the end you shade the greater. We go to the next line, which is we'll skip this inequality. We'll go to this one and this one. We'll come and do it later so that I can explain more. So the next one is y is greater or equal to 100. So now you check, where's your y-axis? This is my y-axis. Where is 100? Where is 100 on my y-axis? It's right here. So make a straight line. You make a straight line passing at 100 on the y-axis. And actually, it's very important to be indicating. So this is y is greater or equal to 100. So greater, it's the top part. Okay, if you can see the numbers, this is 100, 200, so it's greater going up. Going down, we have a 0 right here. So this is less. So, and we shade the opposite, which is the less. In other ways, when shading, we shade what has not been said. So if you can see in the question, they are saying greater. So the less has not been said here, only on the inequality. So you shade the less. That's what we shade. So we go to the last inequality, which is right here. They're saying x is less than uh, 700. So you go on the x-axis. This is our x-axis. Okay, where is 700? It's right here. So make your line like that. That's your line, okay? Now, where are we supposed to shade? Remember, they said less. So we shade what has been not mentioned, which is the greater, right here. So we shade this side, okay? The less is where the solutions are. We shade the greater. We go to the next one. So this next, I'll explain. Let me just graph it. So it will be like this. It will pass right here. I'll explain on how I came about it. So this is how it will look like. Okay. So on the side that I'm supposed to shade is it's right here. This is the side I'm supposed to shade. Okay. So now I know where people face challenges. They face challenges on an inequality like the one I've just graphed there. So let me try to do my explanation and see if people can get it. So how I did or how I graphed this one, I said, because here it's 2x is less or equal to y. This is the same as y is less or equal to 2x. So these are the same. I'll just switch, start with this or start with this. So for you to understand, I'll use this one. Come up with the table of values, okay? Like this. You say this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis, okay? 2 points are enough, okay? You can pick 2 points. So now you go to the x-axis, okay? Right here. You go to your x-axis. You can pick the numbers that you want. So in my case, I picked 100 and 200. So I'll say my x-axis here is 100, this one. And again, x, because this is x-axis, it's also 200. So when x, okay, when x is 100, what is y? You get n of the equations. Oh, let me just get this one. I will say 2x is greater or equal to y. So when x is 200, you get your 2 and put 100 where x is and solve. What are you getting? You're getting a 200, okay? Like that. So y is 200. So put 200. Again here, the same. Now when x is 200, you put a 200 where x is. You solve this times this, because brackets means times. You get a 400. So your y here is a 400. So now the coordinates will be 100, 200. So this is 100, 200. The other one is 200, 400. 200, 400. So this is what I did. So now when plotting, you say 100 is right here, 200 is here. This is where they are meeting. It's where the point is. 200, 400, it's right here. So now join these points. That's how we graph such kind of inequalities. So now our region, the wanted region is right here. The unshaded region is right here. The unwanted is this side is shaded, this side is shaded, and also this side. So now we go to the next question. Given that the profit on a bottle of brand A is 3 kwacha and on a bottle of brand B is 2 kwacha, find the number of bottles of each brand and of each brand that gives maximum profit. So how do we find that one? So this is what we normally do. They have said the profit of brand what? Brand A. So where is brand A? They said it's a 3 kwacha, and we know that brand A is X. Okay. Also, brand B, which is 2 kwacha, we know it's being presented by Y. So you need to come up with an equation, okay, or a function. So you write 3x, and these two will move with y. You say plus 2y is equal to, we don't know. So now our duty will be to pick the coordinates, okay? So pick the coordinates right here, 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 and here. So we know at this point, this is 300, okay, comma 600, okay. So we know it's 300 here, comma 600. At this point, it's 700, comma 200. So 700 here, okay, if you can see 700 here and 200 right here. Here it's still at this point here, it's 700, comma 100. 700, comma 100. This point right here. Here it's 50, comma 100. Okay, so we have now picked the coordinates. These are the coordinates. So after picking these coordinates, start plugging them in your in your in your in your function here. Okay. So now let me show you nicely what to do so that you can find your answer. You can start testing. So I'll start with these coordinates. So 300, 600 using this. So I'll say 3, okay, where there's x, I'll put a 300 plus here there's a 2, where there's y, I'll put a 600 and solve. So what I'm getting when I solve, I'm getting a 2100. Okay, so we're done with that one. We go to the next one. I'll get this one here, right here. So I'll do the same. This is 700, 200. So when I work out things there, I'm getting a 250. I go to this one, that's 700, 100. I do the same 300 here, I'll put 700 plus 2 there, I'll put 100. I'm getting 2,300. I go to the last one, which is this one. This is 50, 100. So on the same, remember this function is very important, or this equation is very important. So I'll put a 350 right here plus 200 there. When I solve, what am I getting? A 350. So they said maximum. So if you see at these answers I've gotten, which one is the maximum? It's actually this one here, 2,500. So I will say number of sedins, okay? So number of sedins, this is question C, number of sedins, so I'll say sedins or sedans will be equal to 700, and vans will be equal to 200. Okay, so that's it. get this number and this number. In short, get the coordinates. For D, you just get the amount you found. If it's in quarter like this, you just say, right, so this is the amount I've found as my maximum. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Facebook page if you like this video. Bye-bye.